We receive calls from the outside, and the calls are either for air compressor repair and service, or they're for machine tool repair and service, or they're for CNC machine repair. And then we receive calls for people that are looking for machine tools to buy or looking to sell machine tools.
Back in the 90s, we added one manufacturing company, M&M Automatic Screw Products, which is a contract machining house. And then just 3 or 4 years ago, we added Air Hydraulics to our group of companies. Blanchards are sort of big, ugly, dirty machines, and we always worked on Blanchards and had a fair amount of success reselling these.
They started making them in the 1918s. They made 16,000 machines. That alone tells you that they must have been doing something right. I mean, the Blanchard itself is the core machine. You could take one from the 20s and redo it, and it would grind just like a machine from the 90s.
Probably 10, 12 years ago, we started doing more and more, and it seemed like every one we got involved with, we did a little bit more. You know, we took this apart or this apart and repaired it, and before they were just getting them ready so that they worked, they could operate. But now we were completely tearing them apart and remanufacturing. We were doing runoffs in the plant, so we sort of stepped it up to the next level where we're completely remanufacturing them now.
They just make a great grinder. The parts are readily accessible. It's a very simplistic machine.
Some of our Blanchards over in China. There's a couple of them in India, they're in Germany, they're in the UK. You know, our client base are not the big companies, not the Fortune 500 companies. They don't have to buy used equipment. They've got the capital, the money, the wherewithal to go out and buy brand new. So it's been a pleasant surprise to us that with what we're doing with the Blanchards now, that we've been able to sort of crack into the Fortune 500 type companies. They like what we're doing, and they're willing to buy from us. Basically, we've turned into a machine tool builder, so it's the ability to fit slides. It's the ability to know the machine tool geometries, scraping, bearing fitting. You got to have some electrical skills to how all these things are powered and things along those lines.
We recently shipped a 120-inch machine, which is the largest machine that they made, standard machine that they made, and we shipped that to Romania. That's the one I think you're talking about, and it was built to grind windmill bearings, and the tolerances were. It way exceeded the OEM specs, original OEM specs. But that's kind of a typical example of how our business has developed and how we've grown.
The introduction of the internet has transformed our business. Now the world knows about us. The world can find out about us without too much difficulty, and that's opened up so many areas that never were available to us before. We're very fortunate that the internet came along, and I guess that we were smart enough to pick up on it early. So it's been good for us.
When I first started here, we didn't ship anything overseas. Now we probably in the last 2 years have shipped 8 machines overseas, and sent our own personnel over there to build, to install them and assemble them, which is something that our guys have never, had never done before.
We're very fortunate to be in Jackson because with what we do, there's this infrastructure, this manufacturing infrastructure that we have here There's a lot of tool and die shops. There's a lot of machining shops. There's a lot of plating. We've got a lot of services, and it makes it a lot easier for us to be able to. We contract a lot of the services that we need to fix these machines up to outside companies, and one of the nice things about Jackson is that most of them we can get in town. I mean, we don't have to go to the Detroits, we don't have to go to the Chicagos, and that I think is one of the hidden jewels of that Jackson offers, is that in the manufacturing sense, we've got a lot of good companies here that can help people out, help companies out such as ourselves.